Hey guys, it's Christy. We're getting Red Designs again. So I just wanted to pop on and do a quick afternoon live to show you how to do a reverse canvas. I'm just going to do a welcome and a hello. And these are a small reverse canvas. I think they're 5 by 7. I had already done all the prep work. I removed my canvas off of the frame. And I don't think I have a regular one to show you what it looks like. But if you flip, when you get one from the store, you flip it over, it's white. And then it's stapled on the back. So I took and I pried the staples out. A lot of people don't pry the staples out. I do, just because I don't like leaving them in. Because I then re-staple mine back to the back of it. I've already stained my two frames. I've got one in gray and one in a like a brown color. So the two transfers I'm going to use today, welcome and hello. Again, I'm using my cell phone. I know it's reversed, but I don't think there is something on here. I've looked and looked and looked for the Android. That's what I've got. And so until I can get things figured out, because the last live I did, the computer, it was not a very good picture. I saw the replay and was not thrilled with it. So I'm using this because I know it's a good picture. So what I'm going to do, I've already used my hello one, but I haven't used my welcome. So I wrote on the back, welcome, and then the back. I'm going to peel this off, and again, I am going to take, and because I'm using my Chalk Couture, right? So I'm going to take that off the back, put it down on my towel here. Oh, I've got great news. My shipment will be here on Friday. I cannot wait to demo more transfers, show you more colors, and do bigger projects versus what I got in my starter kit. So I'm super excited about that. So as soon as I get that package on Friday, stay tuned for live unboxing. I'm excited about that. So here's what I'm doing. I'm fuzzing this. Remember the term fuzzing? It's so that way the transfer doesn't stick too god-awful bad to my projects. So that way it doesn't stretch. So picking it up. Well, maybe. See how sticky that is? Picking it up and putting it back down so that way I can get some fuzz on the back of there so it's not going to be super sticky. So I am going to leave this canvas white because I like the look of a reverse canvas being white. So with this, I am going to stick the welcome right here in the middle. So when you guys come on, if you could just drop a smiley face or say hello in the comments, so that way I know who is here. Let me know what other kind of demos you would like to see, as I would be more than happy to do other demos for you. So who all is here already? Have you waved? Said anything? Let's see if I can find. I don't know. I don't think I can't. I'm not finding where I can see where anybody is. Thought I had it up before, but oh well. I'm going to get to it and start on this. On this one. So this transfer for welcome, I think I am actually... I love this color. This is Couture Teal. Absolutely love it. Now, if you can see, I know it's backwards, but if you can see on the bottom, I dated it, what date I opened it, because our chalk is actually good for 6 months after opening. In which you can see this is a 3-ounce jar, so you can do a lot of projects in 3 months or in 6 months, but the shelf life with it unopened is a year. So once I get my new ones, I'm going to date it on Friday. I'll date it with that date, and I'll probably put a U next to it to say unopened. And then when I open it, I'll move it around. I'll put an O with the date that I opened it. So that way I know. So let's get to it. So here's my paste. Remember, we want to make sure you can, I don't know if you can see this or not, but there's kind of like it looks almost milky. I spritzed some water in here when I sealed it up. That's to keep the moisture. So that way your chalk stays really nice. So once you open it up, and if you see the different shades, not to worry, just take and stir it up. Stir it up nice and good. So that way you can get all that in there. And of course, I'm scraping all that off. Let me grab my paper towels real quick. I'm going to wipe this off. Set this to the side. So I'm going to take my squeegee. Cannot wait to get more of them on Friday. I'm going to dip this in here, get me a little bit of this teal color. And then just scrape this on. Just like so. And I'm just making sure I've got all of my screen covered. Now, with this being a canvas, I would highly recommend not to get too crazy and be messy. Just so that way you don't have to take the chance of it not coming off, since it is a canvas versus a surface. Okay. I've been playing around with this stuff since I got it, doing it on different surfaces, Chalk Couture surfaces and non-Chalk Couture surfaces, and I have absolutely loved it. So I'm going to take, I've got that right there. I said be very careful, and what do? Ha, I make a mess. So I'm going to pull this, and again, of course, I'm doing side to side versus corner to corner, or you could do top to bottom, but don't do it from the corner. Don't pull it up like this, because then you're going to stretch your silk screen, okay? So I am going to try, see if that comes off. And it might. And it did. But again, with anything but a Chalk Couture surface, you want to make sure that you are extremely careful, because it may or may not wipe off with just a little bit of water. This one, I'm lucky and we did. So this is my welcome one. What we are going to do now is we are going to reattach this to my frame. So there's a lot of people out there that like to just glue down the reverse canvases. I don't. I like to staple them back how they came. Just because, oh, and of course this one. How about the right staples? Dang it, or wait. I thought I did. Maybe I didn't. Huh. Well, anyways, I like to staple them back. I'm going to have to go out in the garage and get the other stapler to use, or actually go buy new staples to fit that gun, because this is a smaller frame, and I don't want it to go through the front of it, if that makes any sense. I'm going to try it with just a regular stapler, see how it goes, just so that way you guys can kind of see the effect of a reverse canvas and how to make it. So with this, I am actually going to, because this part's going to be facing out, So I want my stain facing up towards me. I want my print facing up towards me. So that way I can line this out. Because of course you want it to be even, right in the middle. And I don't know if I like this brown with that. I think I'm going to switch it to do my gray. Yeah, I like my gray better with that teal. So now I'm going to, since I've got this lined up, even though I'm holding it again, I'm just flipping it back over so that way I can verify that no, I have not moved it. I start, hopefully this stapler works. If it does not, I am going to have to, we'll have to skip this part. So I put one staple in a corner here. Hey, look, it worked. Flip it back over. So that way I can just make sure it's all lined up. Then I want to pull it tight. Then flip it back. And put another staple in the opposite corner. See, I've got staple and staple. Verify I've got it lined up the way that I want it to line up. Looks good to me. Now I'm going to pull this corner tight. Staple. And one more time. Yep, looks good to me. Now I can pull my fourth corner tight and staple. So now that I've got this done, oh, sorry if I ended up out of frame, I hope not. I am going to take and trim my canvas. And I had scissors, oh, there they are. Put them back where they belong. Crazy. So now that I've got that done, I'm going to take and trim my canvas. You can use a razor blade if you want, or you can use a pair of sharp scissors. Because you definitely just don't want to get it any shorter than what your frame is. So I am just using scissors for now, and I'll be able to trim that back up later. And then I'll trim this side just because I don't want to work with all the excess. If you guys have any questions whatsoever, be sure to leave it down. If you're watching the replay, thank you for joining. Make sure you leave a comment. Let me know who all watched this if you have any questions, because I will be more than happy to explain it to you. Let me know. This could even be one of the workshops that we do. This would be a pretty fun workshop, so I can add this to the schedule. I've got to start thinking about what workshops we're going to do in May. And I'm kind of waiting on my transfers to get here so I can see what all options and how they look and whatnot. But if you could, when you're watching this, drop a comment and let me know what kind of things you guys are interested in working on. And that way we can, do workshops that are geared to you guys. So now after I got that, I'm just going to take and staple all along the back here. And then staple along the side, the top, and see this, this one didn't go down, not to worry, we'll hammer that in. And then we will staple down this side. And one more staple, and I'm done with that. So I've got my reverse canvas. Now we've got the, the parts I said, oh, don't worry, we can trim those up. Now that I got everything stapled in, I'm going to go through and make sure that you cannot see the canvas from outside of the frame. Because of course you don't want that showing up against your wall or wherever you put this. You know, put your reverse canvas. If it's on a tabletop or whatnot, you don't want that showing up on the top or going through. And I'll probably go back through and touch it up with a razor blade after I'm off camera, so that way it is done. So, and then I'll hammer those down too after I get done off camera. So that is my welcome reverse canvas. Simple, easy project. The thing that takes the longest with this project is tearing the staples out of the back. Now again, I like to do that just because it makes for a smooth surface on the back. You absolutely do not have to. You can take, and with the staples, you can take a razor blade and cut, or a box cutter or whatnot, craft knife, and cut along the sides to remove, on the outer sides of the staples, to remove the canvas. And then that way, you don't have to worry about it. Me personally, I like to remove it because it makes a smoother surface. So there is the welcome one. I'm going to do one more on the canvas. I won't make you sit there and watch me on the putting it together. But I'm going to do my hello. So I am going to take my fuzzing cloth and just tap it up and down. If you now see what I did, I was getting all crazy and excited. Put it down there, pick it up, put it down, and pick it up. Now I'm going to lie this in the middle, or I think I just might, I think I might go down here in the corner to leave this all blank, to kind of make a little statement. So to line that up, what I'm going to do is, I've got it where I want it, then I lined my frame up on top of it to kind of see if that's where I wanted it. I do, and I've got it, it's a little bit taller on the left side, so I'm going to scooch that down just a little. Put my frame back. Looks good to me. With this one, I think I am going to do the guava. I love this color too. It's a beautiful, you know, it's guava, but it's a beautiful peach. Beautiful peach color. So I'm going to stir this up. Put my stir stick in there. Let me get my squeegee. Oh, cannot wait till Friday. I will have more squeegees. I will have more tools, more colors, more stencils. I'm getting so excited about that. And I've got so many surfaces here that I'm just like, I am super excited. I've got little palettes out there that I'm getting ready to break apart so I can have some palette boards. And I'll get those all treated. And so this one's not very big, so I'm just gonna take a little bit, just have it on the one side. Make sure I cover all parts of the silk screen there. Get all of my excess off. Put it back in the jar, because it doesn't take a whole lot. So put it back in, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Put it back in the jar. I'm done with my squeegee. I'm gonna tighten my jar up. And again, I'm gonna pull side to side, which that's like, yeah, it's side to side, not top to bottom. Pull side to side. Now see, I got a little bit of bleeding there. I didn't push my, I guess I didn't push my hello all the way down. So what I'm going to do with that, let's see if it works on this. So I've got my water here, getting my canvas wet a little bit. And I am removing that. Look, oh my gosh, it does work. But again, you always want to just be careful, especially if it's not a Chalk Couture surface. So now I'm going to put my canvas back, put this back down on my canvas, line it up, make sure it's where I want it to be. Now, so I don't do it again, I'm going to take and make sure I rub with my finger. I did not seal my transfer on there. I remember I skipped that step. So now let me get the guava. I had that in the water, that's why I had to wipe it right out. Let me get a little dab. Put my excess back in the jar. Go side to side. Oh, and it bleeds again. Huh, I'm thinking maybe because it was wet down there. I don't know. Let's see. Let's flip it over on this side, okay? Let me clean this real quick so that way we can make sure that we've got it nice and clean. This one's going to work me hard. Huh. I wanted to make this a quick one here. So, get my Clorox wipes. Wiping this down over here real quick. Sorry about that, guys. I'm thinking because that was wet and it wasn't dry, which totally makes sense. I'm making sure that we've got all this cleaned off because I don't want to transfer it over to anything else. Okay. I'm going to try on this side. And actually, my transfer needs to dry. So we're not going to use that one. Let's use Gather. And I'll remove that hello. So this is the other transfer that comes in that trio. Let me stick it on my cloth here real quick. Yeah, stick this right there. Stick my frame over it. I'm not going to let this get the best of me. So I'm like, nope, we will get this one done. This one will absolutely get done. And it'll look nice. And I'll get this taken off of there. So with my finger, don't make the same mistake, Christy. Don't make that same mistake. Let me get my squeegee cleaned off one more time. One more time. One more time. I'm starting to sing to myself now. Boy, it is getting the best of me, huh? Okay. A little bit. Rub it in. Rub it in. Rub it in. Remove all the excess. I'm not putting this in the water yet. Here we go. I don't know, maybe something's wrong with this canvas there. But the welcome sign turned out great. So, and that is basically all you do to do a reverse canvas. I'm going to take and figure out what's going on with this canvas. Maybe it's just the canvas that's acting differently than what this canvas did. Because you can see there's no bleeding there whatsoever. So I'm thinking maybe it's just this canvas. But that's all right. I can clear it off and I can keep practicing. So again, if you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. If you want to get together and do some transfers, hit me up after Friday when I have more transfers and more colors. So that's about it. Thanks, guys. Have a good one.